Welcome everybody to a short live stream here on lichess and Twitch. International Master Slaggy. Slaggy is my screen name. On lichess we're playing under the account Sparkle Horse. My real name is International Master William Paschall. Originally from the United States, I live in Hungary. I'm a semi-professional chess player, chess coach, keeper of Panda, among other things. What is up? So, surprise sort of short stream here. I don't think anybody knew I was going to do this. Although I did put 11 a.m. Monday on my stream title for a while. Sometimes people check that. Just to give people a heads up. I'm going to do a short stream talking about maybe some games that I played this week in my tournament. And some Blitz. If we've got time for maybe like 3 or 4. 5 plus 3 casual games. Possible that no one shows up though, not expecting a stream from me. I said we could do a couple surprise streams. With no one here and our cheerleader Astrobate not expecting me, we did get a challenge from Troll to roll. I didn't think that would happen. Troll must get notified when I start the stream or something. Alright, Troll on a roll. Chess 960. Got that casual correspondence challenge. That's tricking me. Alright, Troll on a roll 6 plus 4. I put 5 plus 3 in the stream title, so he challenges me. He challenged me to 6 plus 4. Of course. Chefs 9-6. Chiefs. Chefs 960. I thought you were talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. Alright. Chess 960. Waking up here. No, can't do G6. Actually, how is my bishop going to get out of the game? Out into the game? How is my bishop going to do it? Trying to roll, sit down, please. Somewhere sit down. Recently I saw another sit down. The name. You know, when you see something for the first time, then you see it everywhere. I just never noticed it before, so psychological. Kansas City. There are 2 Kansas Cities, isn't that right? It's a trick question. The French. I don't love the French. It's funny that you should say that, Shiraspieler. I'm playing Bertzish David today, whose main defense to e4 is the French. The temptation to play e4 is there, but I just don't feel a lot of love for playing either side of the French. We're going to be hyper modern. What's up, guys? Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri, right? Does that make sense? Vidit beats Stockfish level 9. I hope it was on the phone or something. Well, that's awesome. Unbelievable. But I guess it depends on what kind of machine he was playing against. I hate the French. F3. It's the Caro-Kann. What's up, guys? I didn't expect to see anybody here. I just decided... Well, I kind of planned it, but I wasn't sure anyone would show up. Decided to do 2 short streams this week. Spieler. I still haven't finished my preparations for today's game against Bertzish. I would consider playing e4. Normally I avoid the French, like the plague or COVID-19. I also don't really like playing the people's strengths. Seems like he likes playing the French. But I don't want to be too predictable. I played the English twice. Not on purpose. It just sort of worked out that way. Yeah, no, I mean, I always lie. I always lie. You know what I thought about? No problem at all. I thought about the first game. Before my first game, doing a stream where I would like outright make up like an entirely fake preparation video to help trick one of my opponents. But that's just too far-fetched. I'm not going to reveal too much information. Good idea. No problem at all. Okay, bishop f2. What am I doing? Speaking of playing the French. God. It just goes against every molecule of my being. Yesterday I had my favorite opening, the London system. I was very disappointed. It's everywhere. It's like the American Express card. Grandmasters and Potzers all play the London system. It doesn't matter anymore. It's not just for Potzers anymore. But what can I do? I don't know how to beat the London system. If my opponent doesn't cross like the 4th rank. My problem is that I'm attacking as a counter-attacker normally. It's hard for me to just not win. I mean, it's hard for me to play for a win if my opponents don't want to take any risks. Even against weak players, it's hard to do that, but against grandmasters. So I just offer to draw to clear the air. If my opponent's not going to attempt to beat me, like, what am I supposed to do? Excuses. Alright guys, Troll and a Roll here playing Chess 960. I am only going to play a few games today. We only have an hour. But big but. If you do challenge me 5+3, Troll broke the... He likes to be a rule breaker, and he did the 6+4. And it says right at the bottom of the screen, 5+3. Schieberspieler, you don't think you'll play e4. You should be betting on the odds. Bet on Biden. Now the odds are horrible though. Even if Biden wins and you bet on Biden, you won't win much. Alright. G4. What am I supposed to do now? He's like a genius. 1400. Knight on b3 here. Everything preventing c5. Then he comes with the f5 plan. Oh, you challenged me before the stream. Really? That's weird. Well, maybe like the instant. Not much before the stream. Like the instant before I started. What am I going to do? Bishop e4 doesn't help me. I was thinking of playing h5. Yeah, sacrifice. Well, this was one thing I noticed about my opponent for today. I know you've never played Bersish David, have you, Schieberspieler? He's been in the United States mostly. The better part of the last like 6 or 7 years. He went to school there. Part of a chess program at UTD Dallas. But the thing I noticed, I haven't played him since he became a GM, like whatever, like 7 years ago, or I don't know when it was. But he seems to like have some kind of obsession with like sacrificing pawns every game. Like, I remember him as being very solid, but looking at his games, I like every game I look at, he's like speculatively sacrificing a pawn or two. Like it's some kind of psychological. You become like fixated on one concept, and the only thing he does is like sacrifice a pawn or two every single game. Every single game. It's like, I understand that's a concept, but you can't like try to force the same concept every single game that you play. I think he got corrupted by American. His style must have gotten messed up by spending too much time in the United States. Alright, H3. He's a great player, but I just can't imagine how every single game you play you can sacrifice a pawn. At some point you're making unsound pawn sacrifice. Alright. Knight G6, heading for the border wars. You know what's really strange, Sidan? That you say that I thought about Sultan Khan today. It's really bizarre. I don't know why. It was either last night or today, this morning, that Sultan Khan entered my mind. And now you mention him. I guess it was this morning I was thinking about... I was taking a shower and I was thinking about how little like modern grandmasters know about chess history. I was thinking there should be like a test. People like Hikaru Nakamura, if they want to become like young grandmasters or whatever, if you want to become a grandmaster, like you have to pass like an exam on like basic chess history. That would be part of getting like the title. And I was just thinking, like, could Hikaru Nakamura or a lot of younger grandmasters name every single world champion? Just for example, I'm picking out poor Hikaru. Like, he probably knows every world champion, but I'm just trying to think of a young grandmaster. He's not that young anymore, actually. I really have to stop dating myself. Hikaru used to be a very good example of a young player for me. But now he's practically an old man, too. Oh, Danny King just released a book about Sultan Khan. What? How could you do 611 pages about a guy that didn't... He probably didn't have that many published games. I thought Danny King just did, like, videos. He actually does books. Yeah, my 1-1 loss was in the first round. It was a weird end game. I don't know. I was clearly better, and then I lost all my advantage, and then I lost the equal endgame. But not take credit away from my opponent, he's good. But I think we should all know a little bit of chess history. Mate. Knight takes e4. White will be threatening rook h1 at the end. Now. That's weird. Trolling a roll with the tactics. Rolling with the tactics. The tactical roller. What am I gonna do? Knight takes f4. Knight on d takes e4. D takes e4, and then rook h1 wins material? Are you even kidding me? And I have no good square for my queen to go to? Is this some sort of a joke? Oh. I guess I'll have to sacrifice my queen. What other option do I have? Well, actually, e3. Rook h1, e3, take. That might actually work. Wow. How much material do I get there? Not enough or too much? Man. Queen h1? You didn't see it. Maybe this is a good move too? So you actually know him? That's crazy. India's a pretty big country, man. What's the chances of that? The population, relatively large. Sudan knows my first round opponent. What? Yesterday Anand went for a coffee and the crowd shocked him? Oh, you mean like he just went out of his house for a coffee? And like there's a lot of people waiting for him? Like he's a superstar? Does Anand live in India? He used to live in Spain. Thanks, Troll. Nice of you to give me a rook. Alright. Troll, I think you're doing well. So what happens if you take my queen first with rook h1? Rook h1. You're lost. Holy crap. I didn't see it. Dude. Wow. So queen h1 is a legit queen sack. That was my first plan. Then I started thinking about e3. This apparently is not enough. I probably would have done the queen sack, but this wins. Sacrificing a rook in this case. Can't say I saw that. Wow. That's unbelievable. I can just sacrifice a whole rook. Would have missed it completely. I would have sacrificed my queen with rook h1, queen h1, queen h1, knight h1, rook h1, but I wasn't confident at all of what's going on here. I thought maybe queen d2. There's some problem with that. e3. Oof. That's a strong move. e3 is good. Mr. Coffee. What's up, chess friend? Zenchess said, good to see you, by the way, Zenchess. Thanks, guys, for being subscribers. Sultan Khan was really strong, but because he was used to Indian chess a lot of the time... Oh, okay. The different variant. I thought you meant, like, Indian-style players. Like, they were playing differently or something. Of course. Okay, so he would mishandle castling. He's basically used to playing a different variant of chess than... I honestly don't think I've looked at more than a handful, maybe a couple of his games, the famous ones. But I mean, how many tournament games does Sultan Khan have overall? Like, I don't really know, but I was just gonna say it can't be more than 100. Or how many published games does the guy have? What's up, Mr. Coffee? What is up, Mr. Coffee? Was he just like a natural genius? Like a natural born genius? Staying safe at your tournament, I hope. Not really. Like, this is funny. I mean, there's not funny, but scary. There's 3 groups, like an open, like a small open with 10 to 10, 12 players. An IM group with 10 players and a GM group with 10 players. And I just thought it was ironic that the open tournament, nobody's wearing a mask. In the IM tournament, nobody's wearing a mask. And in the GM tournament, 4 out of the 10 players are wearing masks. That tells you something about the reason why these people are in the GM group, I guess. I'm one of the 4 people who's... Although it's not going to protect me. I mean, the point of masks is to protect other people. So If all the other people don't wear masks, I'm as much at risk as anyone else. But I don't, you know, I don't see anybody notably sick. We are fairly lucky still in Hungary, even though Europe is out of control with COVID. Hungary is still a little bit better than the average. Like, for example, I don't know more than 1 or 2 people who have had it. But I know, like, in our very close neighbors, not neighbors, but close to neighbors, the Czech Republic is out of control. We just had 2 Czech players playing in the first Saturday. I don't know how they can let players from Czech Republic in, though. There has to be some sort of rules. The guy in my tournament from Germany who's playing said that there was no sort of restrictions as far as he came directly from Germany. But he had to sign, like you have to fill out some forms, like what good is that? But that's typical Hungarian bureaucracy. They like a lot of papers and stuff. You have to sign some forms saying that you're COVID free or something. I don't know. It's really crazy. But we'll see. The situation here in Europe is deteriorating rapidly. Yeah, I've never seen more paperwork than in Hungary. It's crazy. Like, my daughter was taking part in this like program for her school where she was part of opera, the Hungarian opera, and in order to perform as a child, she gets paid like a very small amount or something, and you have to like sign these forms giving your permission as a parent. And like, never in the United States I saw anything like this. Like, it wasn't like duplicate or triplicate. Like, I had to sign like 4 papers over and over and over and over. Like, I was in this office for like 25 minutes just signing papers and signing papers. Like, I signed more papers so my daughter could be in this opera production than I signed to like sell my house in the United States. It was like crazy. It's, I guess, the leftover from the socialist like era, but they love that. They're just obsessed with like sheafs of papers. All right, so we got some challenges. I'm not going to get to play all these guys. Sidan, Schieberspieler. Guys, I only have like 45 minutes, and I've got to get ready for my tournament, so I wish I could take more challenges. I'm going to play Sidan and Schieberspieler and Zen Chess, who are all subscribers. Your team leader wants to go to Italy in December. We thought there are problems with those restrictions. Well, I mean, the other countries may have more serious restrictions. But I heard like Italy and Spain and Greece, well, especially Italy and Spain, are worse than a lot of places because the second half of the summer they basically opened up to tourism. So now COVID is getting a lot worse, particularly there. But I mean, I would think the same thing would happen in Hungary. Hungary was totally open the second part of the summer. People going to like Balaton. But who knows? I don't know what the laws are regarding travel to like Italy. It's possible, you might be able to play. I would certainly be very circumspect about it. So what am I playing here? Bishop d6. I think this is weird. What I'm doing here is kind of weird. Taking on d5. It just looks like I should have taken on c5 directly. Schieberspieler probably knows a lot more than me. The semi-Tara seems like something he would know. But I feel like I did something wrong in this one already. Asif, what? Do you only play with your subscribers? No, but today's a special stream. I only have an hour. And normally I play with all the challengers I get with the subscribers first on Mondays and Wednesdays. Because I'm playing in a tournament today, I only have a very short stream, just 1 hour. So I'm not going to get to more than 3 or 4, 5 players. It's just all I could do today. Just wanted to have a short stream to let everybody know I'm live. Playing an over the board tournament, I have 50% out of my first 3 games. And my games were not great. The third game was a short draw. The first 2, but they were fun. They were fun battles. I was lucky in the second game. I was kind of unlucky in the first one. There's no luck in chess. Okay, so what's this? D4, knight A4. We were having that discussion one day recently. Knight A4. The Paco Vallejo attack. Takes on C5, takes on C3, Queen D8 check. It seems a little hard to round up that pawn on C3. I don't really like that. Taking is unappealing. So I'm thinking knight here or knight A4. It's like my opponent of today who likes to sacrifice pawns. Sometimes when you're preparing for players, like, it's important to take in consideration more than just the openings they play. If you're going to play some particular opponent, you have time to prepare for them. I think it's important to try to find patterns in their play. It's not always possible, but all I can think about after looking at my opponent's games was exactly like the frequency with which he was making sort of unclear pawn sacrifices so far. I still have 2 hours to prepare today for my opponent. I play with white against Grandmaster Blitz David, and we haven't played in like 10 years. I played him a lot. We must have played like 5 or 6 times, but the games were before like 2011. So I must have played David like in his developing period between like 2005 or 2004 and 2010. We must have played like 5 times. I can't remember the score. There was a lot of draws. I think I won once and I lost once. There were a lot of draws and I won once and lost once or twice, but I can't remember exactly if I lost once or twice. It's funny though how many of my games I actually forget. Like yesterday's opponent from Vietnam, he's actually lived here in Hungary quite a bit. I also had games from before, and I've forgotten a couple of them. I looked up my own games against the guy yesterday, and there were games that I had completely forgotten about. Sinan's playing too fast. Actually, on Facebook, one of my friends is from Ireland, Grandmaster Alexander Baburin, and he interestingly made a post on Facebook yesterday asking his fellow chess master friends like if they've noticed that people are playing too fast online. Like he said that every game that he plays with his students and stuff, where it's like time controls like this, everybody makes every single move in 2 or 3 seconds. And that's exactly, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I see every day. You know, people just, they become like addicted to bullet chess. So he agreed that it's becoming a problem. Although here I actually have more time than Sidan. Sidan used a bunch of his time, I guess, on one move. But I can't emphasize enough, like, as I said to Alex on Facebook, you've got to teach people to try to play good moves first and think about the time second. The first priority is to play the best possible move. I mean, as a player who played for money, Blitz chess, I saw this in the chess cafe all the time. It's not just an online thing. I saw it in real life Blitz. Beginning Blitz players who are trying to learn to play speed chess, they tend to see people playing real fast and then think that that's the most important thing about this kind of game. But anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. It was nice to see, and I took with the rook, allowing to take with the queen. It was nice to see another strong player concur with my opinion about bullet chess. Yeah, of course I should play queen takes d1. I'm just too busy talking about my stupid lecture. The whole point was to play queen takes d1. I'm easily distracted. I don't want to just give away my bishop for nothing like I did here. I just gave away my valuable bishop. Schierspieler is having like a conniption. Of course, like there's no way I'm giving that bishop for a knight unless I damage his pawn structure. But I forgot. I've been too busy talking about this same old subject. Now it's much harder. Like, I don't know. Without damaging his pawn structure, winning this position is not so simple. I'm up a pawn, but I have no easy way to create a... Excuse me. I have no easy way to create a passed pawn here. Without creating a passed pawn, I don't know, exactly how white is going to win. So Schierspieler is correct. I have to take with the queen. But bishop takes f6, rook takes d1, queen takes d1, and I'm just structurally better. G takes f. I'm a pawn up with the better structure in the kingside attack. Now I have nothing but an extra pawn. Nothing but an extra pawn. I also don't like the fact that my pawns are fixed on dark squares. That's going to be a serious problem if I get into like bishop versus knight ending. If the queens get traded and we start centralizing our kings, you'll probably see a situation where his bishop can get down here like on e1, attacking my whole pawn chain because they're all locked on the same color as his bishop. Now it's not relevant, but it could be. If the queens get traded, my king goes out in the middle somewhere, and my knight moves, bishop e1, and I'm like losing all my pawns. You got to think about your... It's important, you got to think about your... what color your pawns are on relative to the enemy bishop. When you don't have a bishop, especially relevant here. But I think we've got something going now. If I get all the play on one side, the knight does better. Knight e5. Okay, this will damage his king side. I was going to take on b7, but this might be better. I break up his kingside pawns with knight takes g6. Well, actually, he can't. I thought he could play queen e8, so he just lost. He can't play queen e8. He can't defend f7. His only move is something like king h8. Yeah, he just dropped a piece. Same hallucination I had. Alright. Guys, I don't have much time today. I'm going to play Schierspieler, Zen chess. We'll see what happens after that. I don't know if I have more time. I've got to prepare. But I just wanted everybody to know that I'm still alive and safe. And I'm going to try to do the same thing Wednesday. We'll have a short stream Wednesday morning. Also, we got our tournament tomorrow night. Mr. Coffee and everybody, join us tomorrow night for, maybe Mr. Coffee has to work, but for those of you who don't have to work, join us tomorrow night for our Blitz 9-round Ponda Swiss Blitz. It looks like people would rather just play Blitz, Antonio. We don't have much time, so I'm just going to play a few more Blitz games. I didn't really know if anybody would even show up today, because it's just a short stream. I've also played A5. I don't know. What do you think is the best move there, Spieler? Maybe A5 is best. I've always felt a little weird about it. What if I just go back to playing like normally now? He's going to play the Botvinnik variation, right? Maybe? What are you going to do? Yeah, I think in the past I've played E3 in this position. I remember I had a game with I Am Lev Milman that was just really convoluted. We ended up with our knights, like, I played E3, and we ended up where I did like knight E2, knight F4, and then knight E4, and he did E6, knight E7, knight F5, and we had like a square. We had this thing where there's like a square of knights on E4, E5, F4, and F5, which was really bizarre. The knight square. Right, I mean, that's the thing, although I've played this position too, Schieberspieler, and I honestly don't know. I looked it up at one point with the Opening Explorer, and A5 is one of Black's better moves. But I always felt like with A5, maybe there's something that can be weakening, like the B5 square. I don't know how to take advantage of it. I think I've seen examples. Two holes. Bring us your best game on Thursday. Wait, what's Thursday? Thursday. Oh, for game analysis, yeah. But we're not doing a Thursday. I'm not doing a Thursday stream. That's the only problem. You guys can have my analysis stream without me. How about that? Next Thursday, I'll bring a game. Guys, we finished last in a team battle, I've been told. I didn't look at the cross table. The threat is stronger than the execution. H4. You gotta go for it. None too smart, so don't look at it. You played for Levente's team? Ah. Just when we needed a leader. Team leader. Well, I can't criticize anybody for not playing, because I wasn't there. But I had a good excuse. At least we finished 5th. Or was it 6th? Knight D4. Uh-oh. Rastro. Rover, I wanted to say. Rastro. That's another funny thing about Hungary. Like, you never see the, what am I trying to say? The Flintstones were very popular here on TV, traditionally. But I'm trying to think of losing my mind. What is the futuristic cartoon with Astro? My God, man, I've lost my mind completely. I can't even remember, like, childhood cartoon shows. This has to be early onset Alzheimer's. I want to call it the Astros. The Astros just lost. The Jetsons. I know the Jetsons just totally escaped me. The Jetsons, you don't see in Hungarian synchron. H5 94. What do I do? He's trying to play B5. I always thought the Jetsons and the Flintstones were like the same thing. How could you have one without the other? It's very strange. They never caught on here. Oh man, I don't know what to do. A4? Are you serious? You want me to play that? Alright. I'm just talking to imaginary people now. Resolutionary. I'm a resolutionary. Guys, we do have the tournament tomorrow night. We're holding a tournament. Princess Chess, good morning. Welcome, everybody. We're just here for a short stream, another 20 minutes. I just wanted to kind of get out there and say hello. Today and Wednesday with 1 hour streams. Just so I'm not forgotten. Lost but not forgotten. You guys don't forget about me. Knight F5. You know he just wants to trade pieces. I noticed that about my first round opponent, the young guy from India, too late, that he loves trading pieces. I guess we all do, you know, at some point when we don't know what to do. But the minute I let him like exchange pieces off, he was like happy and everything was fine. That was my big mistake, letting the guy simplify. But I was running out of time. I just really have to play faster. I end up like wasting all my time thinking in circles. I'll spend like 20 minutes thinking about all this stuff and then realize that I just wasted 20 minutes and then make some kind of Karpovian like one move shift of a piece or something. I literally spent 20 minutes thinking about all kinds of complicated stuff, literally to turn around and make some completely like non-committal, irrelevant move. Just completely wasteful. You did forget. We're always lucky when we wake up, Princess Chess. Especially when we get older. Wow, B5. The lover of bishops. He doesn't care. Gives up his... He's giving up his bishop. It's like, God, no way. Hallucination. Man. Hallucination Central. Sensible decision. Sees everything. So materialistic. What do you want for Christmas? Shiver Spieler. Material. Oh, alright. Something different. He writes like pawns on his Christmas list. Dear Santa, I want another pawn for Christmas this year. Just like last year and the year before that. I think we gave him too many though. I was criticizing my today's opponent for liberally sacrificing pawns. The only weakness I could find in his play so far. But that's different from what I'm doing. Mine are not sacrifices, alright? These are blunders. It is not the same as sacrificing. Whoa. Down, boy. Down, Fido. No! No, no, no. Not allowed to do that. Yeah, it's over. Trade of queens. Just as I was about to sacrifice my rook for a devastating attack, he kills me with a queen exchange. Well played. Most materialistic master ever. No, I'm just kidding. Shiver Spieler, good job. What do you want for Christmas, Malak? He wants pawns for Christmas. Alright, Zen Chess. Zen Chess. I don't want to lose more than once today. This is probably my last game, guys. Zen Chess, I have to move first, right? Sometimes I forget. I kind of like my position there. That was an interesting game. It was funny when I played h6 and then queen a4. In my mind, Shiver Spieler, like somehow I could play queen a4, e4, and queen h4. Like somehow my queen could jump over the e4 pawn after I used e4 to protect the h6 pawn. That was the problem with my calculations. It involved like an illegal move. But I don't think I had anything special. It was interesting to see Shiver Spieler part with his white square bishop. But I think my position is okay there. The opening was cool. Guys, thanks for being subscribers and faithfully tuning in to my short stream today. Thanks for those of you that played for the team on Sunday. I know there was some that weren't here, but a lot that were. So again, tomorrow night we have a Blitz Swiss. If you could join us, 6:30. I won't be here. Maybe I'll tune in if I get home in time to just sort of chat in the tournament window. But I'm gonna be sort of tired from playing. I was slightly better in last game. Rockport recard variation with bishop d6. Now I have to transpose to the Slav. The first pawn blunder. Sacrifice is a different way of putting it, but I don't make true pawn sacrifices. Fake sacrifice. Pawn blunder. The second pawn blunder almost worked. If only you didn't see queen e4. Alright, so what do I do here? Just bishop e2 or queen c2? Queen c2 transposes. You know, it's a Karpov anti-Marin. Sort of. I think I had a game with Yuri Shulman in this line. The only time I ever played this. But actually I remember a Magnus game where he was black and he played like bishop a3 at one point. Maybe a little bit later. Like b6 castles, bishop b7. a6. Yeah, a6 is a weird plan. Like they go b5. And I never know what to do after that. I'm not surprised the rook sack doesn't work, Shiberspiel. I was just thinking at the end about it. If you had done another move, I was actually trying to figure that out, if it would even work. No, I mean, I don't understand, like, the GM norm thing. I thought my points would be 6.5, but I was wrong. Like, you need 7. It's outrageous. Nobody's going to get 7 points in my tournament. Not even, like, the highest rated player. Very unlikely. I mean, it's possible, but unlikely. 7 is just too hard. But I'm not going to pass up the chance to play in a GM tournament. I don't think I can even get to 6.5. It would have to be like the best tournament of my life to do that. So what about CD e4? CD e4, d takes c, pawn takes f3, bishop f3. We could try it. Yeah, it's still like just a good result. Like Paschall and Tourney talking like a dad. He's like a dad scientist. Do your best. A good result might still give you incentives to do better next time. Scientist dad. Alright. Scientist dad. My real father was a big believer in the power of positive thinking. I never read that book. Norman Vincent Peale. It's a famous sort of self-help, one of the early self-help books. But that he always inspired me, just talking about thinking positively. Even though I'm a kind of pessimist, I don't think I became a pessimist because of my dad. Alright. Is e4 a move? I'm sure this is like theory. He's cut out knight b5. But I guess we can put pressure on the d5 pawn. No, I appreciate it, Padron Tony. I'm just sort of mocking you. I shouldn't be. So, I just want to have. Well, I know one thing. Like, I just want to play stronger players. I've been playing only weak tournaments for the last 3 years, and it's not good for my game. You know, if the average. This is like how the Indian player Mendonca, how he's improved so much. He plays an average opponent of like 2475. If you're constantly playing with good players, your game is going to elevate to a higher level. If you constantly play with like weaker players, your game is going to go down, and that's what's happening with me. Like, I've been playing with weaker and weaker players in the last few years. So if you want to improve, you have to play the best possible opposition, I think. If I get a chance to play in a GM Norm tournament, I will play it. See you later, Sidan. So, I gotta go too, guys. Last game. Thanks to all of you for joining. This is probably theory. Some sort of theory. My knight doesn't have a good place to go. Kind of a Najdorf issue. A Sicilian issue, I should say, when the knight on c6 is in the way of all the pieces. Same problem here. And my queen on the c file is always an issue as well. Queen b1. Knight f5. I gotta go. Anyamu. So, join us next time. Makes me think of the Muppet Show. One of my favorite skits. Did anybody else like the Muppet Show? Pigs in Space. When you'll hear the doctor say... No, that was Muppet Hospital. Queen e6. Knight d3. Queen e6. No, queen d3. Of course, Mr. Coffee. Mr. Coffee is like a big child, just like me. We have a lot in common. Primarily our childishness. Alright, queen d3. Childish mentality. Okay, a lot of adults like the Muppet Show. It's kind of like... Well, nah. I don't know what to compare it to. I was going to compare the Muppet Show to The Simpsons, but that's pretty marginal, actually. But my argument would be that it would appeal to different age ranges, not just children, but adults and children. All right, adults. I already lost one game. I don't need to lose all my confidence here, Zen Chess. Don't have to beat me as well. Zen Chess offered a draw. Alright. I gotta go. It looks like equal position. White might have a tiny edge, I guess. Structure. It was a nice draw by me. Zen Chess sort of wimped out. You basically probably shouldn't trade pieces, but now it's hard to play IQP positions with black. IQP positions with black are much more difficult. With white, there's usually like more pieces on the board. So basically Zen chess surprises us with knight takes g3 and bishop e5. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. Thanks for the games. Joining me. Just kind of a check to see that we're still alive. Unfortunately, I would normally be streaming for another hour and a half, but that would cut into my prep time. My lichess profile here, Sparkle Horse, on lichess. IQP for dynamic attacking chances, yeah, but not as easy with black. I was reading some book recently. Can't remember where it was. Some instructional chess book. I think it was Modern Chess Opening Theory, but I'm not sure. And they very concretely stated that the IQP positions with black are rarely as good. Like the black side of the Tarrasch French. Alright, guys. Thank you, James. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later. I'll be back on Wednesday to try to do this again for like an hour. Don't forget our tournament tomorrow night here at the Ponda and Horses Club. Swiss Blitz, Ponda, number 13 tomorrow night. And yeah, that's it. So Ponda's rooting for me too. I'm going to go play in my tournament now in a couple hours. I'll see you guys later this week. The regular streams will resume on Sunday. So this coming Sunday, we'll get back to a normal schedule with a team battle and a simul on Sunday. Short stream again on Wednesday. I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye. Hey, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.